Once upon a time in the bustling city of Philadelphia, the misfit gang from Patty's Pub, Charlie, Mac, Dennis, Dee, and Frank, found themselves in the midst of a bizarre and hilarious nightmare. Little did they know that their favorite neighborhood haunt was about to become the stage for a crossover of epic proportions with the iconic horror film franchise, A Nightmare on Elm Street. It all began on a stormy night when the gang, seeking shelter from the rain, gathered at Patty's Pub to hatch their latest get-rich-quick scheme. As they bickered over their ill-fated IDs, the television suddenly flickered to life, revealing a news report about a series of mysterious nightmares plaguing the city. Unbeknownst to them, the notorious Freddy Krueger had somehow infiltrated their reality. The gang, true to their clueless nature, dismissed the news report as a hoax and continued with their shenanigans. However, as they closed up the bar for the night and went their separate ways, their nightmares began. Charlie, the wild card of the group, found himself trapped in a never-ending loop of bizarre dreams involving an army of talking rats and a giant singing bird. Desperate to escape the madness, he sought the advice of a sleep expert who happened to be a fan of the gang's antics, leaving Charlie more confused than ever. Meanwhile, Mac, the self-proclaimed tough guy, found himself tormented by Freddy Krueger in his dreams. But instead of cowering in fear, Mac confronted Freddy, challenging him to a no-holds-barred karate showdown. However, every time Mac landed a powerful kick or punch, it only resulted in comedic situations like Freddy's head flying off or his claws getting tangled in Mac's sleeve. Dennis, the egotistical ladies' man, discovered that his dreams had become a twisted dating show, with Freddy as the host. Despite his attempts to charm the dream ladies, Dennis' narcissism worked against him, as his inflated ego caused the dream woman to reject him in increasingly hilarious ways. Dee, always the butt of the gang's jokes, found herself in a nightmare where she was repeatedly pranked by Freddy. From whoopee cushion to buckets of fake blood, he endured endless humiliation, with Freddy relishing in her misfortune. Determined not to let him win, he unleashed her own brand of chaotic revenge, turning the tables on Freddy with elaborate pranks that left him fuming. Frank, the eccentric and money-hungry father figure of the gang, embraced the nightmare with open arms, seeing it as an opportunity for profit. In his dreams, he opened a Freddy-themed carnival complete with haunted roller coasters and nightmare-inducing hot dogs. Surprisingly, the dream denizens flocked to Frank's twisted creation, turning his nightmare into a profitable venture. As the gang's nightmare hijinks grew increasingly ridiculous, they realized that their dreams were interconnected. They devised a plan to confront Freddy together, combining their offbeat talents in a last-ditch effort to defeat him. In a climactic showdown, the gang confronted Freddy in Patty's Pub, armed with an assortment of bizarre weapons and homemade traps. However, instead of engaging in a terrifying battle, they resorted to their usual banter and snarky insults, reducing Freddy to a frustrated mess. In a final stroke of absurdity, Frank accidentally tripped over a hidden switch, causing Patty's Pub to transform into a wacky funhouse, complete with spinning floors and exploding confetti. The gang erupted in laughter as Freddy, bewildered and defeated, faded away into the dream realm. With the nightmare finally over, the gang returned to their usual antics, recounting their bizarre experiences at Patty's Pub to bewildered customers. Little did they know that their hilarious encounter with Freddy Krueger had only cemented their reputation as the most outrageous bar owners in Philadelphia. And so, in a bizarre mix of horror and comedy, the gang from Patty's Pub triumphed over Freddy Krueger, inadvertently turning their nightmare into a side-splitting tale that would be retold for years to come.